Hello everyone, welcome back to Solo RPG Actions. Today we're taking on Bryte. Its adventure, Burning Daylight. Now, for all the virtual tabletops, this is to Roll20 what Ember is, Ember is the adventure, what Crucible is to Foundry. So I figured, why not do this too? And we're going to learn how to play together. We have a bunch of information here. We're not going to go through the entire game because this is a whole session and a half. We're only going to be dealing with part 1, if at all. We have some pre-gens as well, so that's always interesting. And some NPCs. This is all part of a bundle, by the way. And I believe the bundle's price is like $29, which, if we're comparing to both Fablecraft and Foundry, it competes with Fablecraft in terms of pricing, where you could buy like a couple of modules from Foundry and be a little satisfied with it. Whereas Bryte, not only is Roll20 free, but you buy this for like $29 and boom, you just you basically got yourself a whole new RPG that's exclusive to the site. Whereas with Crucible's Ember, Crucible comes free. I should bring that up. Crucible comes free with Foundry, so it's only $50. But if you want to play Ember's system, have the Ember Adventure and all that, right now it's like $129 to have the whole beta access. So about $179 total compared to $29. So let's see how this works. Right now, we're currently going through the stuff. We have the core rulebook map add-on. I don't know why it's a map add-on. And they say like, oh, thank you for playing Bryte. We also have some patch notes, which is just converted to update dynamic lighting. This was made like a really long time ago, Bryte, so we're gonna go through this game, the sheets, all of that good stuff, because this is actually my first time actually playing through this game, and this would probably be like more spoilers. Like, I give spoilers like it's free candy, but I think that comes with the territory nowadays. Like, I read from like the Game Master's Guide for like some games. So, yeah, it's at this point it comes with the territory. Okay, so this is the one thing I don't like about the Bryte core rulebook. It's kind of a mess. You have to click on the rules, and then you have to scroll down. I do like that they have a build your own culture section. And it's actually a sort of like, it's very systematic. So like, what kind of borders do they have? Are they open? And if that's the case, your die sizes will increase or decrease depending on like, you'll have social skills at a D12. Or if you're selective, your mental skills will be at a D12. Or if you're isolationist, your physical skills will be at a D12. I really like how it's melding both world building and gameplay to a very niche degree that I really like. I don't think we're gonna go too crazy in like building a culture or building our own race or species or whatever they'll call it in the book. We pop open the core rulebook. I just want to point out that opening the core rulebook, we have to go into rules and then we have to go through into the core rulebook. Welcome to the Alaxis Galaxy. You are now the proud owner of the first role-playing game designed for use exclusively with Roll20. I'm actually kind of curious as to whether or not they've made more RPGs that are exclusive of Roll20. And I don't mean like, oh, we made a partnership with Roll20 to make our games exclusively use with Roll20, but I mean like a game that's made exclusively to be made to be with Roll20. Like, we talk about how, like, the CEO actually asked James Introcaso and Jim McClure to make a science fantasy RPG exclusively for Roll20. And what's really cool is that they're doing like a sort of, this scenario is sort of like doing a sort of big shrink, like a slow reversal of the Big Bang. I think it is it the Big Crunch. In the early days of Bryte's development, two genius brains were brought onto the board. Kat Cool and Darcy Ross. They hammered out the major themes of immigration, refugees, culture clash, and resource depletion. And then the others were escalation and pushing your luck. So every combat encounter, exploration obstacle, and character interaction are filled with high stakes and a push of failure guaranteed to make the game more interesting. We want players to push a character's fortunes to the brink, cheering as they pull off incredible feats and staring in anticipation as the GM describes the consequences of their failures. It's going to be funny because I'm going to be staring into anticipation as I'm describing my own failures. The mechanics and story of Bryte are made for desperate acts of heroism just crazy enough to work. The less obvious theme we want in our universe-ending RPG is hope. You know, I don't think it's that, like, less obvious. Because, like, when you have, like, people like immigration, refugees, culture clash, resource depletion, escalation, pushing your luck, eventually it's going to have to turn into a story of hope within the apocalypse. As the universe comes to an end, the players have an opportunity to make that shrinking galaxy a better place. We want their actions to mean something despite the end of all things. Helping someone escape the burn isn't meaningless. That person is getting their whole life back. You have the opportunity to tell stories of triumph in the face of the most hopeless situation you can imagine. Is this like hope punk? Are we actually going to get an actual example of hope punk? Alright. Let's do it. Ooh, I like a... Okay, I'm a sucker for, like, non-typical, like, we don't even have a stereotypical human being here. Maybe we do, and they're just as a different name, but... we should actually look at our actual character creation rules, see what's happening here. Okay, that's kind of weird. Anyways, the character you build is more than just a resident of Alaxis. They are the main protagonists of your game's story. The characters, your friends, and you create drive the narrative and the world around them responding. They are the characters that defy chaos, corruption, and despite the inevitable end of existence. This section gives you a step-by-step guide to help you create a hero. Oh, we can also just use the Character Mancer. I forgot this exists, you know? Like, they now just default to demiplane. Okay, so set expectations. I get it. It's like they are expecting this to be played with a group and not solo. So, but I always find it funny how it's like, talk with your game master. Hey, are you gonna give me a blank check to create whatever character I want? Yes. Okay, cool. Now we got that out of the way, let's choose a species. Alright, let's see what species we can pick from. Okay, This is cool. Like, I really love just how unlimited the imagination is when it comes to like alien species. It's not like, oh, this is just an elf in space. This is just a dwarf in space. Or like just, oh, these are just discount Klingon. This is just discount Vulcan. You have like fleshed out lore, like who they are, the history, where they come from, their society, their physical appearance, names. You have like different abilities that they could have. Nova abilities. Don't really know what that is, but I'm pretty sure we'll figure that out. Huh. Then the Glean. Oh, look how cute he looks. Look how cute they look. I don't know what their gender is, so I'm assuming it's a they. The Hear Me Out group. I mean, I guess we would inevitably have like, if not like anything from Star Trek, then something similar to Wing Commander or Twilight Imperium. Ooh, I really like this look. Like again, they're not like very common like alien species that you think of, so kudos to them. Oh, ho, 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 that looks so cool! Oh, the fact that they're called the Peacecraft too. I swear, if that is like the deepest pick you can ever make. Okay. Oh, that looks so awesome. Oh, that looks so metal. Like, okay, you had like a mecha, and now you have like what looks like the anti spiral. Oh man. Oh. Oh, okay, no, it's not they're like Million Ants Man, or like yeah, Million Ants Man. Like their body's composed of like different insects. That's still cool. Okay, I'm sorry. If we're going with the Rick and Morty references, this looks like Mr. Meeseeks with a mohawk. Okay, they're more like gemstone, crystalline humanoids. Wait, are they? Are these like sentient slugs? Also, I'm very much convinced that this is someone's rendition of what an alien would look like if it was in the Omnitrix. Yeah, they're large slugs that change form and inhabit the corpses of other beings. Yo, we have Yerks in the house. Again, like these are deep pick aliens, and there's no humans. So already you get the biggest kudos you can ever have with like a sci-fi game. I just realized what I could just do. I could just create a character right here, right now. Copy Eva. Yeah, that seems like a accurate name. Save changes. Oh yeah, let's do the character mancer. Yes. Yeah, simple as that. Like very simple. All right, let's click next. All right. Oh, it seems we have more than just. What does CRB? Oh, CRB means core rulebook, right? And then I guess BB is like the quick start version. So we start off with like the Driftling, the Kifuk, the Peacecraft, and the Roarman. But then the core rulebook gives us more options. And I assume that there are other modules that expand and give you more options for characters. But for right now, let's stick with. Okay, I'm sorry. We have to go Peacecrafts. I'm sorry. Look, like this looks amazing. Okay. Neo Kibo. Okay, you know what? That just sells it for me. That just sells it for me. Okay. Oh, we could have just put in the character name over there. Okay. Now we have a culture. We have like a lot of cultures. Some of them are duplicates, but oh, I see what they mean now with how it's like you get to create your own culture. Yeah, now they're kind of duplicating. So let's see what we have with okay, I see how it is. So I want to get as many special abilities as possible, so we're going to do poor. What is homogeneous? I want to open that up real quick. Okay, if you come from a homogeneous culture, you gain 2 special abilities and 2 nova abilities. We want that. Alright. Next we would have Urban to gain another special ability. And finally, let's do Isolationist. I'm pretty sure there's a culture that's already like that, but we'll just say for shits and giggles, we're in the Relena system. Oh, we have a story path too. What's this? They are the narrative growth of your character's experiences. It's like a character arc, huh? All right, what do we have? Oh, we have a lot. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, what's my character interested in? Is there like a list of like the benefits? Okay. I said let's do upgrade because I think that kind of makes sense for his character. So we have like different event plans. Oh, I think we picked the best one for this. If we want to exclusively do like abilities and stuff. All right, and then finally, we do our we buff our skills. So we have one physical skill in that's a D12. I feel like this would be a good melee thing. Oh, it has to specifically be a D12. Okay. So they're just a really strong melee user. But we do have like any skill. So let's go back to mental. For a D10, we'll do engineering. All right. Okay, so how do I make it so that I'm using this one as the D10? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that works. So we just have to check mark it. Yeah, let's just make it all D8s. Except for this is a D6. This is a D6. You know what? He's a Decepticon. We just decided he's a Decepticon. And give him some base knowledge. Alright. Next up, abilities. Alright, let's scroll down to species. Alright. Oh, I could be a transformer. Okay, hold up. Oh, that's cool. Let's just... Okay. Let us see Nova abilities. Alright, so the play here is... Thousand-year memory. Overcharged burst. Oh, I think this is also taking into account the Nova abilities too, so... Right? Oh, we have to find ship combine. No? Okay. Okay, maybe not. Okay, here's the Nova abilities. So what we have is... Oh, Mega Combination. But we don't have allies. We... Maybe... So ship combine... Mega Combination... Perfect combination! Okay, you know what? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Do we have anything with combinations in the other one? No? Okay. 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 We'll take the free combine abilities. And next equipment. We got acoustic strings. I'm honestly not really sure what to get. And the fact that everything's doubled is a little weird too. Sure, we'll get a vampire rifle. Oh, your connection to the server is interrupted. I'm sure it's fine. Let's check the status site. Yeah, see, everything's working fine. See? Just fine. So anyways, let's buy that vampire rifle. And vampire knuckles. Leftover argent, 0. And finish. Oh, hold up. What empty fields have I left? Oh. Oh, I have to actually select some... I don't... Because I haven't really completed these yet. These are things I'm going to be working towards. Yeah. Finish. Finish. And boom, we've done it. Here's our character, and another connection to the server has been interrupted. I feel like this is going to be a lot like So this just assumes my character's already had this whole upgrade story, but I think this is more like what his character arc is going to be. If I even decide to make it a campaign, but I don't think so. He's just going to be like this guy I created. And if I enjoy it enough, I'll probably buy more modules. In fact, let me take a pause here and we'll go over those modules. So it seems the only module that is gonna expand on the rules is this Galactic Bundle, but all it really does is just give you more monsters to fight, more ships to use, more modules to customize the ship with. No real new species. What in the hell? What is this? No. It doesn't this he looks like the monster from Osmosis Jones without the dreads. Trapped in Titan AE. This looks like a Jujutsu Kaisen character. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't roast. I shouldn't roast on what is honestly a good game. I've yet to play it. And yet but yeah. There are other stuff like there's spaceships. This is mainly just an art pack. I think that's all we're getting, just art packs. These ones are just adventures. Yeah, I don't really think we're gonna get anything of any significance with like new species or new character creation options. Yeah, now we're just going straight into the unknown with like Charming Characters, Volume 2, Critters and Outsiders. Yeah, we're going back to Burning Daylight, or as we usually call it, Burn Bryte. Not to be confused with Brightburn, which is the evil Superman as a kid story. So, I guess now we just start with like the game. There's 5 pre-gen characters. I've already pre-gened my own characters, so there wasn't really any point. Let's open up my subscription pack. Oh, I don't have a subscription pack. Marketplace purchases? Yes, here we go. And what we want is a Peacecraft. Yeah, that works. Like, I know Neo Kibo is supposed to be like all peaceful and stuff, but like, whoops, no. But he's more like a, but I kind of made him more like a Transformer. Oh, wait. Here we go. Alright. And he has like the pre-gens. Okay, there we go. So here we have the token page, and we have a lot of tokens to choose from. Oh, we also have another Peacecraft. So I guess this is like our cast and crew. Alright, the landing page. Okay, cool. This is like our overall like sheet. What am I doing? I should really go back to the instruction book. Oh, cool, the Alaxis Galaxy. I'm not going to read all of this because part of it is like I want to recommend this to people who want to just buy it for themselves and play it. It turns out that the Burn Bryte dough is like a actual name for something. Probably like an event. Oh, we actually see what the burn looks like. So essentially like a giant firewall of doom that like sucks everything up and essentially is like the big crunch. Alright. In part 1 of the adventure, the player characters introduce themselves, name their ship, and have some fun on Ozombi. Fend off the daylight and receive a job offer from Jade Crucible. I think we're only going to be accomplishing one of these things. The Ozombi system is a cold, small, once lifeless rock orbiting a dying star. Its central position in the galaxy made it a desirable place to live as the burn closed in. The 5 overguilds that rule Ozombi together. The city spans the entire surface, and now it's a playground for the wealthy and all that. We have some story events too. So the player characters have their own character arcs, essentially. I like how it's not like, oh, it's a railroad. It's essentially like just a sort of guideline of what people want to do. So they managed to save a crew of botanists and specimens and fought off some pirates looking to steal and sell their hallucinogenic plants. So we decided to take a break from that, go to this pleasure planet. I'm guessing this is it? No, this is a ship. I guess there's no actual, like, places where we could just chill. It's just, we're just like, oh, we're on this Osnambi system, and then we just place ourselves there. Alright, so we're putting a literal pin on it. And we're making it gigantic. So let's get introduced to the other pre-gen characters. We have the Eno pre-gen. It just explains their entire race. But they're essentially the feline humanoids. I do like that they gave him like heterochromia. But it literally just explains everything about the Eno, but not like who they are, like who the specific person is. You have to like dig down. That, okay, they're a skill monkey. They have this ability to aid others. They're a natural liar. They have dark sight. And their story path is that they want to create a masterpiece. Also, they have a nova ability to lure the masses. They also have a laser pistol and a laser sword and a personal shield generator and a power cell and a lockpick and a communications badge. You are quite the skill monkey. What's our Kifrik? They have the ability to have a defense mode, back-to-back fighting, extended reach, heavy hit, radiant friendliness. Their character arc is that they want to discover something. They have a body breaker power and have unwavering support. So we have someone who wants to make stuff. We have someone who wants to know stuff. We have someone who can fly and can combine with people and wants to be a student of someone. Maybe that student could be me, I don't know. They also have a laser rifle, a slicer kit. Actually, what equipment does the Kifrik have? A charge baton and a communications badge. The Rornan has. They are able to swarm, they have a shared space, they have telepathy. Their character arc is that they want to mentor someone. I'm going to ask a D100 question. Are they already like master and student? 45. Hold up, let me pull up Mythic. It's been a hot minute. Alright. On a 50-50, number on the left side is yes. Okay. So, yes, they are master and student, which means they've toggled the event. So, they've already agreed to a tutelage agreement, which means they get a special award of a special ability from one of their species. For this, I'll give them vertical movement. Meanwhile, for the Peacecraft Pregen, they already found a tutelage, so their reward is to also select a special ability. Except we don't have that option. Hang on. Oh, okay then. That was very embarrassing. But let's see if that really... Really? He doesn't get a special ability from that? Okay, I'm opting to give him one. I'm sorry. Alright. Thankfully, we are able to look into his bio and see like what sort of special abilities he can take. Let's give him extra boosters. Why not? Oh, and then from those extra boosters, movement speed increases by 2. Alright. That's his thing. And then finally the Oran PC. They have like spider senses, crystal rejuvenation, pushing the engines, an intense focus, their ability to unleash heat, and temptation. But they also have like a charged rifle, a personal shield generator, power cell, mechanics tools, and communication badge. So I guess everyone is out chilling and doing their own thing. Alright, let's give our friend Kibo a little bit of a challenge. Because it seems like, according to this... It seems like we're going to go straight into a attack. And just how they're going to spend their time. So I'm going to figure out how exactly our friend is going to spend their time. Maybe he's going to go onto the streets and try and find someone that can help him with his upgrades. This is going to be, does he find one? An 18 says yes. He manages to find, because it's closer to the 10, he's going to be finding, he finds someone that he thinks he knows, like, exactly what he came for. I don't think it's going to be an established NPC. We'll place Neo Kibo here to represent that's him. And for a marketplace purchase for Bryte. You know what? This looks interesting. Okay, I'm gonna roll up who this character is. Oop, wrong. 52 and 87. They are a willful villain. Oh no. And their motivation is secure cowardice. Well, I think I know where this is heading now. So, he finds a back alley, and he finds this person who, at first, he doesn't think she's able to help him with his upgrade because she's all about mysticism and he's all mechanical and stuff. But she allures him with the temptation of, like, being able to take away his cowardice. And he does. I doubt he ever had, like, any sort of sense of cowardice in his life. But if this was the path to, like, becoming stronger, then he wants to at least do something with that. So, I would say this is a perceive to see if he's in danger. This will be a complexity 2, so let's give this a roll. And I think we should see that whether or not this is an actual succeed or fail. Coming from here, this seems to be a pass. But let's refer to the rules to see how exactly skill rolls work. Forgot we have to do it like this and this. Because I just kind of click buttons like a madman. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. Oh, we have an NPC list. Oh, this is interesting. We like so many NPCs here that we could have referred to, but oh no! It's the Jujutsu Kaisen character! They're called Kiris. Okay, so we just encountered the monster manual. Okay. Oh, we could just beat a politician. And the politician is like a fish person. Okay. Not the face! Okay, that's kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. Respect. Okay. Let's go back to the core rulebook. Okay, skills. All characters have the same 18 skills. Every skill require every dice roll is a skill roll. Every skill has a die size of D4 to D12. When they make a skill roll, they roll a pool of dice determined by the complexity of the skill. So if it's a complexity of 3, they have to make a 3d6. Okay, that's why I roll 2d4s. Okay, and they succeed if the dice pool does not have any matching results. That explains why the higher the die, the better. Okay, yeah. Because let me show an example. Let me show an example. So like if I were to try the same skill, but it's a complexity of 7, this would be impossible because there's always going to be a guarantee that I'll roll a duplicate. See? Fail, because you can see that I've rolled a 4, a 4, a 2, 2, 2, and a 3, and a 3. Whereas if I were to roll a complexity of 2, it's a pass, 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 fail, and the only reason it failed is because it rolled 2 1s. Meanwhile, if I were to roll with the 1d12 I had, the only reason I failed is because I rolled 2 5s here, 2 7s there, 2 8s there, 2 5s there, 2 7s, 2... Okay, so on paper it's a foolproof thing, but you'll get more fails than you do successes. Oh, but there, the one time I passed with however, that does make me wonder though. Let me try something real quick. Cause now you got me curious. Now you got me really curious. Let's try. Let's see if this works. Nope. Oh, you know what it is? Just because of this. Okay. I think now it will work. Yeah, now it has more chances of passing because the skill is now a d20. So if I were to do this over and over, and now there's a fail because there were 2 3s that rolled. But there's now a higher chance of it passing than it does failing. This is like the most mind-blowing skill roll I've ever seen, and it's really cool. I'm like, this is like, I thought the polymorph system was really mind-blowing, but this takes the cake. This is like an expansion to the polymorph system because holy crap. This is like complexity in disguise of simplicity. Holy crap. That is just amazing. I just no, I can't even fathom like just how easy this skill is now. Or rather not easy, but like how like simply complex it is. This is way too underrated. I'm sorry. They gave you possibilities too. Like, wow, oh my god, I'm in love with the system. They actually tell you how well you're gonna succeed in a skill, and I called it. It was like there was no way you're gonna succeed on a 5, 6, 7 on a D4. I love it. Failure prompts. So like, I love this. Oh my god, I love this. I I'm sorry. I need to say how much I'm in love with this game. This is like the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my life. Next up we have senses. And if one of their senses is limited, basically the complexity of the roll goes up. But if we do like teamwork skills, then the complexity is reduced. And that's why the complexity is at a minimum of 2, because that means you only roll 2d. Yeah, oh my god, that is a mind blow. What are Nova points? Okay, so we get a Nova point for every time we get a check mark in all die size categories. And they get a check mark in a category anytime they make a skill roll with a skill of a die in a given category. Once a player gains a Nova point, all check marks are removed. Okay, so basically, Nova points are like your superpower move, essentially. Okay, we'll get into combat later, but I'm sorry. I'm like, my mind is blown. Oh, and there's like a system generator too? What in the... Okay, I'm sorry. I just love this game now. I just love this game now. So, I don't even remember how I succeeded. Oh yeah, I passed. The skill was controlling another person or group for. This is probably like applying the opposite force, where it's figuring out if someone's manipulating me, and because I've succeeded, I figured, no, you know what? I figured it out. You're trying to manipulate me. You're trying to fool me, and I'm like, nah. This ain't how it works. I'm out of here. Bye bye. And I think we can just safely go into the combat phase of this. Because turns out she's not alone. You will not fear Golmok if you hear his word. Those who do not convert will die in fire. Come with us or burn. Either way, you shall enter Golmok's light. Okay, I was kind of a little accurate with how she looked. So yeah, now we're gonna have to do like an initiative. Actually, where do we want to start? I guess we'll start here. And this isn't really how it's supposed to go in the actual game, but I'm gonna take some liberties here. And this will represent Neo Kibo, HP. And then here's the other guys just rushing in like it's something out of Power Rangers. Like, hey, we're here too, you know. Oh my God, they're supposed to be that big. Okay, sure, why not? We're backing you up here, man. Okay, what's the movement speed? Okay, and shield. Okay, so movement speed is 5, and shield is... We don't have shields. Guys, I'm sorry, we do not have shields. Then again, none of them do. None of them have shields except for like the cat and Mr. Meeseeks. No, you know what? I'm sorry. You're just being named Mr. Meeseeks. You're Mr. Meeseeks. You are Khajiit. Your name is Present. And you are Million Ants Man. And you are biblically accurate Megatron. Actually, no. What was that name of that ARG with the angels? Mandelatron. Yes. Our quirky band of misfits have finally united. This is James Gunn's Power Rangers. Oh boy. Okay. So how does combat work? Also, if James Gunn makes Power Rangers, does that mean... I mean, to be fair, the Power Rangers has crossover with the Justice League. So, yeah, they kind of do have, like, free ball to be in that. Alright, where's combat? Okay, combat round. So, it's meant to emulate the heroic player character-centric combat. So, they are the primary focus, and the enemies are just people that stand away. So, my guess is that it's going to be Popcorn Initiative. So the enemies are going to declare their action, players are going to take their action, enemies are going to move, and their actions resolve. Okay, that's a lot more interesting than just like the players just take their turns taking pot shots at the enemy. Ooh. Okay, that's really cool. So we can take multiple actions in one turn, but the more we do, the higher the complexity. Which means like one action will take a complexity of 2. Another action will be a complexity of 3. The third will be a complexity of 4, and so on. And we can move their movement speed once each turn without making a skill roll. And when we fail a roll, the GM gains either a collapse point or a failure consequence. I don't know what collapse points are, but we'll find out when we get there. So let's see what the declare is. I guess because what we'll declare is they're going to try and take Neo Kibo. And as players, our action is to try and say no to that. We're going to try and say, like, no, leave him alone. We're going to just save his ass. Okay, so essentially, like, they're just gonna declare their actions, but we're actually gonna do the action. Okay, here's what collapse points do. So at the start of every encounter, the GM has 2 collapse points. We can choose to gain 1 collapse point anytime a player fails a skill roll. And we can activate a monster's special ability or declare an extra attack. Oh, we have a turn tracker, right. Let's yeah, let's start the initiative. Let's start this fight. First, let's define the party. Whoops. Party assembled. Okay, cool. Now we are gonna just add you to the turn order. Add you lot to the turn order. We have like 13 fighters total. And then how do we do initiative? Is there like a roll initiative button? Or I guess we don't really have like a big turn order thing. It literally is just popcorn initiative, so alright, so I guess the first things first is that Neo Kibo is just gonna go up to them and start punching everyone he sees. By far, it's probably going to be the easiest he's going to do. He passes the first test. Oh shit, yeah. How does damage work? This is what I love about learning as you play, because now you actually have to figure stuff out. So the attack does 1 damage. Unless the attack is boosted by a weapon. What does his vampire stuff do? Oh, his shield charge should be a 10. Right? Let me check what the other ones have. Oh my shit. Yeah, his shield charge should be a... Okay. Wait. What does his vampire stuff do? Okay, they are illegal on most planets. Favored by criminals. They have a draining ability. A draining attribute. Okay, I want to know what the draining does. Okay, cool. When you hit, you can choose to deal 2 damage. Okay, yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to deal 2 damage to this guy in front of me. Oh no. Oh no. So as he punches him, he just shrivels up. How do the others react to this? How does this poor sap react to another guy like having their life essence being sucked away? I'm guessing this would be suave. Let's do like free, because no, that's persuading others to do stuff for him. But in any case, like, he's like, nah, man, no, we're done here. We're done. So he's running off. Do the others follow suit because of that? I'm gonna say very likely. 77. That's a wild. But it is that has skewed towards no. Unfortunately. So now we're gonna do a actually, rather than doing a random event here, let's roll on that failure table. So what's the random event? We lose all hope, or actually they lose all hope. They see this guy shriveled up into like a little prune, a little raisin. Wait, I don't think that table's working right. Hold up. Okay, never mind, it is working. My bad. So, yeah, they do lose all hope. Everyone is just running away. Wait, this guy's dead. What am I doing? This guy's running away. He's running away. He's running away. He's running away. Cree, Myrtail Sot goes on her knees and goes, "Please, your omnipotence, have mercy." He goes up to her and he basically just says, "I will on one condition. You upgrade me." Uh, Persuave, I want to say? We pass. Wait, what's condition bonus do? I don't even know what to do with it, so, but yeah, she complies and she decides, okay, yes, I'll give you the upgrade. Just please don't hurt me. These guys feel so like, what did we even come here for? I don't know. Well, back to gambling? Back to gambling. One of us has like a character arc where we fall to temptation. Alright, so some time passes, and he finally gets his upgrade. And this upgrade will be... Did I already have scope shot? Hold up. I'm just gonna check 1 second. Yes, he has scope shot. So I'll just, boom, retake this one. Synchronized movement. Oh no, I opted out of it again. Alright, this time for sure. There we go. So, synchronized movement, finish. There we go. We have our new special ability. The ability to... I'm sorry, where's synchronized movement? Weird. Anyways, so, yeah, all that said and done. Oh, no, okay. Kree is like an overguild boss. Or a scientist, whatever. So now the smoke is cleared and everything is all peaceful now. Then all of a sudden, Jade Crucible appears, who is another Peacecraft. So it's kind of fitting that, like, we're meeting more Peacecraft members. Anyways, if Kree Murdersoul survives the battle, I'm pretty sure they did more than survive the battle. They were coerced into giving me an operation. And also, they gave the Kifuk pre-gen a map, which allowed them to go on their own character arcs, so let's give a little point for that. I do like how this is our version of experience points. I say this is knowledge. This is definitely a step up to knowledge. I don't know what our knowledge was before this, but I'll probably review in the footage if it was like anything of notice, but I really like how this is our version of experience points without actually being experience points. It feels like there's like forward momentum without it being like, oh, we just gain numbers, we get experience points. It actually feels like somebody's character arc is being fulfilled. I don't know, like I would really like to reskin like the motivations and all that from like the Star Wars Fantasy Flight games and just put them into this. If any Alliance survived the encounter, they could make a successful Complexity 2 skill roll to reveal some of the details. He never really got any information beyond like give me surgery. So I guess this would be like he's gonna really push his luck with this one, but let's add a condition. The condition name will be Scared the Living Daylights. No, Burn Brights out of that Eno. And then apply to rolls. So let's do another presence roll. Oh wait, hold up. That was supposed to be a free. I think yeah, okay, we're gonna do the first one as a fail because it bumped it down to 2, and so yeah, so he doesn't get any information. Jay Crucible's like, I'm a member of the Alliance of Relief and Conversation, ARC for short. You guys must be very brave or very stupid to just take on a huge cult like that. But then again, they must be very brave or stupid to take on one of the Heartworld planets. So, how about this? Track these guys down, find the victims, and we'll pay you 10,000 Argent as a reward. And even if you refuse, we'll basically give you a lot of opportunities to say yes. Because remember, this is the starter adventure. We want you to actually get on this path. And with that, we end this session. And I think we should get ourselves a little bit of a song going just to let's do this. Not what I was intending. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Here's music. Okay, we are nowhere close to. Okay. No, that's way too epic. That's way too epic of a song. You know what? No, we're just gonna finish this in silence. Yeah, because now we just have sound effects. Maybe. What am I even doing? I'm not even gonna give a lot of my thoughts to this. Yeah, okay. What are my thoughts on this? I think by far this is the best RPG I've played in terms of like the virtual tabletop exclusive RPG. I've said great things about Crucible, but it does fall into the traps of it being essentially a 5e like with extra steps. Fablecraft is a step in the right direction, but it can get really beginner friendly to a point where I would only recommend it for people who are just starting out or they just want to have something that's not D&D 5e but not too complex. Bryte, however, is so far detached from 5e and its traditional 5e like aspects that it actually is beneficial that way. The lore is really good. The setting of it being like a pre-apocalyptic sci-fi story about hope and reconciliation, finding light in the final days where everything is going to be consumed by light. Your level up progression system is all about character arcs and fulfilling them. Like even the species, like the core function of your character species, it's not as simple as like, oh, what race are you? Uh, are you a human? Are you an elf? Are you a dwarf? No, they have their own unique species. I do like that in contrast to how Crucible has like the skill tree system, this does something similar to what Pathfinder does, where you have a bunch of different feats, but the way you customize it is by selecting what feats apply to what. So no two characters that are peacecrafts are alike. Like we had like two peacecrafts in the party, as you noticed, but they didn't have the same build. That's also another really cool robustness I've noticed. The background isn't like your class or like your upbringing, but rather just where you came from specifically that decides your starting skills, your starting money, your starting attributes, your starting skills if you have any. And I also found that really cool. Like in terms of like what it set out to accomplish, Burn Bright does a lot of really cool things and then some. And it's an underrated gem. I would really recommend people pick this up and play it. Comparing this to the other three, if I were to do a tier list, this is like the most bang for your buck if you have to drop money. But Fablecraft, I only recommend if you're playing with friends. Because it really doesn't do you any good if you're playing solo unless you're doing like a monsters exclusive RPG. And even then it's kind of you'll have to figure out which monsters you actually want to play as because sometimes it could get really janky. Crucible I would say decent in terms of like playing solo, but like there are some weird little kinks to it that kind of holds it back. Like what would be a good example? Like how you can't exactly ask the whole party to roll. It has that assumption that you're playing with a group with friends. Burn Bright, however, I had no problems playing a whole group of 6 people, even though I mainly just did it with one person. This was made, like, I wouldn't say made exclusively, but like, this had no problems running solo, and I really like that. So, overall, not only is the virtual tabletop it's on free, but like, for like $30, picking it up from a bundle, I think that's like $60. This ain't too bad. This gets a thumbs up, if not two. Well, I think that wraps it up for all the virtual tabletop exclusive RPGs. The closest I could think of for another one would be like Pum, but even then, Pum is kind of like, oh, we're just using a module. There's no actual RPG attached to it, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Until then, though, bon voyage, gamers!